Sunaniana koma oraniana kayasiano. So this is Q&A video. This is one of them. I'm breaking these Q&A videos into two parts. Part one will be me answering more universal questions. Part two will be more casual questions about me and about light language. So stay tuned for part two as well. First of all, I would like to express my gratitude for your support, for your contribution, and for your input, for sharing your stories, for posting questions. And it's always lovely to connect. So, I would like to remind everyone to bear in mind that whatever answers that come forward, just like any messages of guidance out there, take in what resonates. There's no one ultimate truth. Whatever you resonate, then it becomes and blend with your perception. So just listen and feel and contemplate only on what resonates. Now, first question, Christian Cloud, thank you. I love your video on the white tiger being so much. I have a cat-like curiosity of the other side of the coin. Have you been feeling the dragon energy lately? Yes. And if so, how has this been affecting your work? I have been feeling dragon energies for years now, and yes, I've been seeing other people tuning in and bringing forth transmission and messages of guidance of the dragons more and more. How has the dragon energy affected my work? From the dragons that I have met and encountered, they're of many realms. Yes, there are dragons that are connected to Earth grid, Earth ley lines, portals and vortices. There's the dragons that can guide one into other dimensions through the inner Earth frequencies. There are dragons that comes to you with very strong elements, properties, such as fire dragons, water dragons, air dragons, earth dragons, thunder dragons. There are dragons on earth that are guardians of sacred sites. There are also dragons that act as breaches of connections of the lower and the higher. And there are also dragons that connects with different galaxies, different star systems, and a cosmic dragon. So there's no limit to dragon connections here. With earth dragons, it has helped me in grounding, and I feel safe and secured when I follow my dragon guides. Also, the cosmic dragons and the dragons that connects to different star systems and galaxies, they also assist me in astral traveling. And I just remember now that there's one dragon that I painted for a brother, and the message that came through, that was a few years ago, that humanity and dragon race are learning to reconnect, to rebuild the relationship. And yes, there was a time and space where greed and thirst of power affects the relationship between human and dragons. But this is shifting. It's very much like we are reconnecting and rebuilding relationship with the crystals, with the mineral kingdom, with the element kingdom, with the plant kingdom, with the animal kingdom. It's the same thing with dragons. So I hope this answers your question. Moises Radia, question from Facebook page, Remembering Love and Light Language. How law of attraction works, manifestation, and how to work with our energy to bring the things we want. Bear in mind that the things we want and the things we need are different things. Often, on a path of growth and expansion and transformation, the universe will bring in what we need. And yes, I've heard there's law of attraction and there's people using it to manifest things that they want. I haven't dwelled and probably will not be focusing on that law, because this is just my belief, and see if it resonates. Because we attract things all the time. Our frequency connects and then reflect back on what we are vibrating, and yes, what we are focusing on. We're focusing on what we want, we attract, we manifest things what we want. But the thing is, we are still in a world that things manifest themselves in polarities, in dualities. This doesn't mean that it's separation, but also separation doesn't always have to be bad. Some separation also serves. But this doesn't mean that polarities separate and they are different things. For example, heat and cold, they are spectrum of temperature. For example, highs and low, they are spectrum of state of being. For example, dark and light, day and night. We are transcending the polarized nature in society into that neutral point to see the polarities and duality as one. I'm bringing this up because I feel that those who use the law of attraction, what you're attracting, you're also attracting the opposites. You're also attracting the contradiction. Why? Because polarities are coming nearer and nearer and nearer. And when you observe closely, the nature of paradox becoming clearer and clearer in our world. And with playing around with law of attraction, if you want to attract, for example, light, of course there's going to be the shadow. If you're attracting the state of high, yes, there will be a state of low, because there's a way of swing. We're not staying still, we always move through the rhythm, through the momentum. This is also shifting. So that's my views on law of attraction. How it works, how I manifest things is I trust. I don't really focus on the outcome that much anymore. And if I catch my mind contemplate or spending its focus into worries and concern and trying to control or put an expectation on an outcome, I will remind myself to come into the center and trust in the spontaneous flow of the universe, because without a doubt we are flowing into even more and more fluidity. And in order to allow us to live and manifest things that we need and that fits the highest purpose of all, take time to contemplate on what we really need. And also speak to your higher self, speak to the universe. Once your wish or your prayer has been sent to the universe, leave it like that and trust that it will come in the form that fits your highest purpose the most. that's my advice on manifestation. And when one is given certain inspiration, certain ideas, and wanting this to be taken in form, in a physical form, trust and take action, regardless of the outcome, regardless of expectations. So that's my views on law of attraction. Thank you. Excuse me. My body is going through not a very comfortable experience at the moment. My guys warned me that I would feel the downloads, the upgrade, the shift in frequency within my body last week, and this week has been that must take things slow kind of thing in order to not to feel so sick. So for those of you who feel a bit this week, you're not alone. Be gentle on yourself. Sonny Dean from Facebook. My question is about self-love, self-worth, and sovereignty. Excuse my pronunciation. How do we embody that and make it bloom and flourish? Well, first, before it's going to bloom and flourish in its own unique nature, we must come back in. Return our focus into ourselves. And this week I've been receiving messages regarding human conditioning. We've been taught to put self-worth and self-love according to certain condition. For example, I'll be happier and I'll be loved and liked if I don't have this in my life, if I have that in my life. I'll feel better about myself if I look more beautiful, if I'm thinner, if I gain weight. I feel happier and worthier when I have certain amount of money, when I have certain status of wealth. This is all human conditioning. Or I will feel more loved and more whole if there's a person in my life. Again, conditioning. We are, without a doubt, in the process of removing ourselves and unplugging ourselves from any conditioning that doesn't serve. Not all of it at once. It's going to be one by one, in a pace that we can process, in a pace that we can cope with. So, in order to return the love more to ourselves, know that any wounds, any pain, any suffering with ourselves, and also when we miss the love that was given by others, when we miss the admiration, when we miss someone else's presence or something else's presence, it also means that we miss that love of ourselves. It also means that we miss that presence of ourselves. So be the mother, the father, be the one who gives the love. And love without conditioning. When there's pain, when there's anger, when there's frustration, when there's judgment, speak to them. Judgment, why are you there? I'm here to listen. I'm here to love you. It's all about rebuilding that community within. And I feel that state of sovereignty is that acceptance of wholeness, and then showing it out to the world, or sharing it out to the world, of the purity from within, of the authenticity from within, through the higher perception, not from sharing our truth that causes conflict, but sharing our truth that unites. So see how this resonates. Thank you. Vicky from Facebook. I'm finally feeling my expansion and my energy radiating out. Yep. Question. Why has it been such a struggle for me to ground? Now, know that many souls that incarnate in this vessel in this lifetime carry certain frequency of that soul. And in order to come down here, there are certain souls out there that must maintain that frequency. Meaning, when that soul and that frequency embody physical body, it's gonna find it a bit challenging to ground. Do not beat yourself up first. Do not think that is something bad or something wrong with you, that you find it hard to ground. It's just your unique frequency. And yes, there are ways to ground. First, focus. From all up here, or fragment of thoughts, bring the focus back into the breathing. Feel your spine, feel your root if you are sitting, feel your feet if you are walking or standing. Feel where you are, this is your space. And of course, there are minerals, crystals out there that can assist us in grounding. And there are also plant medicine as well that can anchor our frequency down for a temporary moment. Mopacho, Amazonian tobacco, has been helping me. I don't smoke mopacho every day, and smoking mopacho is not inhaling into the lungs. It's inhale and exhale, because the amount of nicotine is quite strong. It's very strong, 6 times or 16 times stronger than cigarettes. And there's also what I use to help me center and focus when I really need to is snuff, Amazonian snuff, hape. I got quite a different blend of hape. Most common ingredient would be again tobacco. Tobacco has a very masculine spirit that can hold the space for you and that can cleanse. So play around with how you ground. Yes, sitting under the trees help me ground as well. Swimming in fresh water, in living water also grounds. The sun grounds me as well. But I feel that it's all about training your focus first. Focus into the breathing, into where you are. Being mindful, being aware of what you are doing and where you are. And also, do not beat yourself up if you find it hard to ground. There's nothing wrong with you. Excuse me. Okay, Cynthia. Now we're coming back to YouTube question now. How can I bring myself back to my body to fulfill my earthly mission? Been living in and out from this dimension, and I'm not sure how to ground myself here. It's not as simple as in other dimensions. No, it's not. Mother Earth, Gaia, Terra. It's a school. Now, when one finds it's easy to connect with other dimensions, perhaps connecting with other dimensions brings fulfillment, brings joy, brings love. When one finds it hard to ground into earth, into the current space where one is, which is within this physical body, go in and ask yourself if there is any resistance. Resistance of enjoying human life, resistance of being in each moment and living this human life fulfillingly. And again, also it could be the frequency where you're at, but that doesn't mean that there's no other ways to ground. If one anchor the desire to ground, if one anchor the focus here to be in the breathing, to be aware of where the root is, to be aware of where one's feet are, then that is the process of anchoring into each moment of now, into grounding and connecting with this earthly experience. And from there, trust, be in each moment. So I hope that helps. Because the thing is, connecting with our guides, recalling our galactic connections, and being one with the source is a wonderful thing to be able to rediscover, to connect with that presence. But we are here to be human beings. We are here to live a human life fulfillingly. Janya or Hanya from Facebook. Why so many people are diagnosed with cancer and dying of cancer? Thank you. When I tune into this question, the Lyran Council was again bringing me back to analogy of music. Our body is a manifestation of certain frequencies. Certain frequencies being conducted and harmonized like musical notes. As consciousness decline into separation into densities, we all lost touch with the healing ability of our cells, of our bodies, plant, animal, minerals, and elements. We are now recalling that. And through the densities of consciousness, when humanity become more disconnected from the healing property of the body, of the energies, of food they consume, of the element, of the resources. The frequency, these musical notes within the body, within the cells, also shifted. And through generation and generation and generations, more of the cells vibrate into this accordant, this harmonic tune, and that caused illnesses. This doesn't mean that the body can not heal itself. We are recalling that. We are remembering the properties of fresh fruits, vegetable. We become more aware of artificial ingredients and their effects within our immune systems and our cells. There's also urine therapy, where you cut out anything that is not clean to your body, consume fresh fruits and vegetables, and then recycle your urine to rejuvenate the cells, to open up the cell, rehydrate the cells. There's also sound therapy. There's many cures out there. So a big picture of cancer is the journey of consciousness from fully connected into separation, and then we returning ourselves back. And yeah, there's cures. So I hope this perception helps somehow. Excuse me. Jessie, my question is, with so much information out there, we can get bogged down while seeking enlightenment. Where is a safe zone or home base one should seek when feeling overwhelmed in life? Keywords: overwhelmed. When one is feeling overwhelmed, meaning that one's being pushed and pulled outside one's center and away from one's resonance. And yes, these can cause by too much information or any vibrational belief system that doesn't quite align with your truth, with your authenticity. Discern. Meditate. Build in the practice of anchoring the focus into the breathing 5 minutes a day, allowing all thoughts and confusion to pass by and you only becoming a passive observer. And become more familiar with that neutral point, that center that you have with your breath. And sometimes, yes, the emptiness of thought. When you build this connection with your inner self, And when you encounter any information from the external world, you will know within your gut feeling, you will know within your intuition, that is whatever other people believe so strongly that serve them may not serve you. You don't, it's, the knowledge out there is like a full line of buffet. You don't need to eat everything. You only need to select what seems appealing and explore it. And if it doesn't resonate, leave it. Give yourself permission to be who you are. Give yourself permission to also explore current belief systems and also put it aside when it doesn't resonate. And also give yourself permission to come up with new ideas, with unique ideas that may serve you. And this is all about returning into the creator mind, into the state of creator being, which we are. So I hope that helps. I don't listen to all the talks out there. I don't read all the posts out there. And sometimes when I read something, if it resonates, I then take it as a piece of a jigsaw puzzle that I'm building the bigger picture for. If it doesn't resonate, I leave it. We are free to believe whatever we want to believe. Eve Vane Lee May, I'm sorry if I pronounce your name incorrectly. What is the most beneficial way to help raise the collective societal vibration? And what tips do you recommend I start implementing into my daily life to assist in shifting of consciousness? First, societal vibration, collective vibration is a reflection of an external world. If you wish to rise the vibration or to shift the experience from the external world, come back within. Any seeds of fears, any seeds of resistance, anything that is imbalance within will be reflected through the imbalance and the fear-based experience from the outer world. Go within first. And this is when Gan-Ki consciousness come in. Be the change that you wish to be. Be that example. Take action. It's not about waiting for the collective to shift, but it's about shifting what is within you, and it's about taking action and aligning your choices with the inner moral. It's not the moral that is being put down to us by social construct, but it's the inner morals of what you feel within your heart that serves. Take action accordingly, and as you do, you create this ripple of energy which open doors for people who are on the same path, and this ripple will take its effects like a domino effect. And if you feel drawn to gather like-minded people and start something new that is an example of unity, that is an example of love and forgiveness, do so. Do so. Do so. Thank you. Juicy? Kuoka. Can we or some of us be some sort of beings? Is it juicy or hussy? Can we or some of us be some sort of beings that has some form before life in the human body? Yes, yes, of course. We can be anything before or after or simultaneously. Like some alien form of body. Or we at the core formless beyond body? Also yes, we also formless and take form when we wish to experience any certain form. And this doesn't mean that it's a linear thing, that before we were aliens and now we're human beings. This is a simultaneous thing, multidimensional thing, parallel possibilities. There's an aspect of me that is a star being. There is an aspect of me that is a galaxy, a tree, a rock, an element. And there is an aspect of my soul which embodied the name Nalini in this moment of time. And I apologize if I pronounce your name incorrectly. Also, can those possible life as some alien being be same kind of expression of life, of the formless self as human life is? Yes, you got it. Can we or can we not recognize, explain our true self in human concept? Yes, yes, and yes. Why not? Why can we not? Yes. As you expressing your point that we are formless, that we can also be star beings, you are expressing a part of your soul, a part of your truth. As I'm getting on a video and as you allowing me to co-create with your questions, I am too expressing the truth that is limitless, that is formless, that we free to believe whatever we wish to believe. So yes to your question. Tasha, release. This advice from you has been the most true to things right now, as alive and in the moment, as I think I've gotten this still more. What are the highest minded tips for self-directed depend balance? So, I get what you mean. Okay, release coming again, release coming again, release coming in again. It never ends. And no, as I speak, I see this wheel spinning. And as this wheel spinning, shifting in vibration, certain layers peeling. Because we're always shifting, because we're always changing. And when we shift our perception, when we shift frequency, when we change our belief system, there's something that needed to be released. Something that needs to be let go so that we can fully focus on what serves our path in each moment. Now, the process of release doesn't always have to be torturing, painful, suffering. It can be creative. It can be released through dance, through crying, through laughing, through screaming, through exercise, through gardening, anything that makes your heart sing, anything that engages movement or singing. Balance. Balance isn't a state of absence of anything, but balance is a dance that allow one to be aware of everything that is within and out. But yet it is the point that is not of extreme low or extreme high. That is not extreme of light or dark. That it isn't an extreme of highs or lows. We spoke about that. So balance is a dance within the neutral point. And the state of imbalance has its purpose. When we find or discover anything that is out of balance, and when the cause is understood, we then can find a way to shift from the state of imbalance into balance. And yes, sometimes it has to do with let go of certain loads, or let go of certain perception and anchoring the perception that serves. and that brings you back into the center, brings you back into the neutral point. A practice that I do every morning is to meditate and let the focus go from the mind and into the breathing. And from that neutral point, I then have a chat with my inner self, have a chat with my higher self, with guides, and then conduct sessions with others. The neutral point serves because it removes us from judgment and the swing. So I hope this helps. Carmen, thank you. How do you align with your soul purpose? Follow your joy. Follow your passion. Follow the excitement. Follow the sensation of, woo, I don't know what's going to happen next, but I'm going to take action and just see what the outcome may be, regardless of expectation. Purpose, soul purpose sometimes can be something that puts one on an epic journey, or it can be something that puts one on an epic journey within and back into simplicity. Ask your heart. Allow your heart to feel more, and the mind will follow when it needs. Follow the flow of spontaneous urges. Follow your inspiration. Take action. And remind yourself that it is okay if the mind thinks, oh, that could happen, this could happen, it's going to be like that. That is expectations. So, follow the excitement in your heart, regardless of the expectations. And then through synchronicities, through the messages of the universe, you will understand which frequency and how you are vibrating through synchronicities. And by observing synchronicities, you will know whether you want to stay on this path or whether you want to shift. There's no mistakes. We always put on certain vibrations, certain situations for a reason. So let go of the expectation of outcome and just follow your heart. And that is the expansion of heart intelligence as well. And I've been feeling the presence of the felines, the lion heart, the courageous heart, pretty strong today. And I feel that this is going to link to the energy that's coming down in July and as we flow into August. So we'll see what happens. So thank you once again for your questions, and then I will conduct another video with a more personal question, casual question, and answering questions about light language. Thank you so much for listening. And if you wish for your questions to be answered, you can leave it under the comment under this video. And when I have time, perhaps next month, I will come back and answer your questions again. Thank you. Namaste.